What is up, guys? Welcome back. Today we are looking at some houses that are just different. And trust me, these aren't your average brick and mortar. We're talking next level architecture, insane locations, and design so wild you won't actually believe people live here. I've not even seen this list yet, so let's check them out together. So these are the 10 incredible houses you won't believe exist. And to be honest, neither will I.
Come to rest and unwind after a stressful day. It's a place that you can share with your loved ones or escape from the crowds when you need to. While some of us have pretty traditional houses, some people out there have gotten very creative at making their homes and came up with ideas that are out of this world. Today we're going to be looking at 10 of those incredible houses you won't believe exist. We'll have a bit of everything when it comes to living spaces. Big and small, wide and narrow above cliffs, and even underwater in one. Stay tuned all the way to the end and don't miss my number one pick. It's a house that I'm 100% sure you didn't know it exists. So, let's begin, shall we?
All of those houses in this first 49 seconds will be forever out of my tax range. I will never be in that tax bracket. I don't even know why we're here looking.
The house on the rock.
Just a tree house on a rock. It's a rock house.
When we think of houses surrounded by water, we either think of boats or island living. Well, the first unique house of this list is in the middle of the water, but it's standing on a rock. You can find it on the Drina River in Serbia. It got people's attention after being mentioned in big publications such as the Daily Mail and National Geographic.
I thought that was really boring. He just destroyed that natural, naturistic. He's ruined nature for this. Doesn't make sense either. He's ruined the view.
Nice.
I don't think it looks nice. I think it looks shit. I think there's better way. There's no better way to have done that. You could have just left it.
It all happened back in 1968 when a group of friends, tired of swimming against the current of the Drina River, decided to get some rest on top of the rock. They immediately got bothered by the rough surface of the rock and went back to the shore to bring back some boards on which they could lay on. Right after that, they decided to put the boards vertically and use them as cover. And just like that, this group of boys came up with the idea for a house on top of a rock. The house is now one of Serbia's most treasured places. It's a great spot to connect with nature, enjoying the river and the forest around.
That was probably the most boringest backstory ever. Boys swim in river. Boys lie on rock. Boys don't like rough rock. Boys put wood on rock to make flat. Boys then make house.
Oh, brother, this guy
Principles
stinks!
are better than that.
The Carrot House. I told you we have some narrow houses on this list. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Carrot House, the narrowest house in the world. This space was created by Jacob Szczeni, a Polish architect who claims this is the world's narrowest house with only 122 centimeters long at its widest point. And don't let the looks fool you, this house is narrow, but this attribute is what makes it so space-efficient and interesting. According to Szczeni, all the furniture had to be perfectly customized and pushed to fit into this space.
Duh, obviously.
It's designed for one single inhabitant for someone who likes to work and stay at home. More specifically, this house is designed for traveling writers who need their own space. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
What's with the polka dot bedsheet? Giving child vibes.
One flight of stairs takes you into the study room and bathroom, and a ladder leads you up to the bedroom. What else can a writer need, honestly? It's definitely narrow, but the architect definitely made it quite cozy and inviting. Who would have thought you could fit a house into such a small space?
In London, that would still cost you about £1,000 a month.
While the house was intended to stay up for just 2 years, it's already a Warsaw icon and a landmark on the tourist map for visitors of this Polish city. The Hobbit House. Alright, there are quite a number of Hobbit-inspired homes and hotels around the world. After all, the J.R.R. Tolkien saga really made an impact on society, and it only makes sense to bring these spaces to life. The Hobbit house I have on this list is the one in Wales.
Ooh.
Because it's warm, eco-friendly, and most impressively, it only took 4 months to help a family and friends and less than $6,000 for the owner to make it. You can find this home on a hill, a bit secluded from the distractions of modern-day living.
That's
Simon
two different
Dale, the
houses.
owner of this house, and his family made a home on this place to lead a more sustainable lifestyle. The framing of the house is made of oak fittings that the Dale family gathered.
I feel like this was like an episode of like Grand Designs or something. Don't know what, I bet it was. So I have Good news and bad news. This house wasn't grand designed, like I said. However, the house burnt down. That's the bad news. The beautiful building was featured on grand design. Sadly, a fire started on New Year's Day. A horrible way to start the new year.
The walls and the foundations are made out of mud and stone, and also the house's insulation system is made out of straw bales that
For a
are
hobbit.
put on the walls, floor, and roof. Maybe I could get these guys to make a house for me. They make it sound so easy and cool. I mean,
I bet they must get a lot of people coming over to have a look at them.
the house is powered by solar panels, and the running water comes from a nearby spring. Seems like the Dale family really took sustainability to a whole nother level here. Number 7,
Boring.
the glass house.
Sorry,
How would you
greenhouse.
feel if instead of walls, you just had windows all around your room? I bet you'd have some privacy concerns, so let's be honest, you would benefit a lot from that natural light coming through. For a designer in Tokyo, this crazy idea turned into a reality when he built the glass house, also known as House NA. As its name implies, this house is fully surrounded by glass instead of walls in a treehouse-like structure. There's a bit of climbing to do when it comes to accessing the rooms. Instead of going through doors, you go up and down the ladders to get to where you want to be.
That's quite fun to be fair.
This 3-floor building definitely sounds like the adult and modern version of a treehouse. If you walk by this neighborhood, there's no way you're going to miss it.
Well, surely you're gonna have to close like every curtain just to like take a piss. Yeah, you leave one angle out and that's it. You're wiping your ass to the public.
I know Japanese houses are quite different in general when you compare them to other houses around the world, but this house definitely stands out. Number 6. Falling water. Sometimes when you go hiking, you come across places where you'd really like to set up a camp and stay for a while. Sometimes your obsession with that space becomes so big that you start wondering what it would be like to make a home in that spot. Something like this happened in Bear Run, Pennsylvania, where an architect built a house into an existing active waterfall.
Yeah, fair.
Perhaps you're a bit concerned or even angry to know that someone
might
broke
get-
into such a pristine
Oh, that's
place to
person.
make a home, but don't get upset just yet. This house actually stands in harmony with its natural surroundings to the point where it's now considered a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It was built by
wow.
architect Frank Lloyd Wright under the ownership of the Kaufman family. Prior to this house, the space was an abandoned summer camp where the Kaufmans would spend their holidays. They contacted Wright to
But the question is, how much does this cost? You know, in the middle of nowhere. Like, it screams Edward Cullen vibes. Just imagine like a bunch of vampires just stood there like underneath and in the water, just getting all sparkly and wet.
Hey yo, what? The condition of the camp. Now this house hides in the forest, and if you look closely, you might even think it's part of nature itself. The rocks in the area served as a foundation, and the house was coated in earthy tones to make it blend with the
You know what?
foliage.
I
of
think
things
it's probably the
around.
best one on there so far.
The design of the house respected the already existing trees in an effort to
I
show
feel like
respect to
something
nature.
bad won't happen to
Today
them.
you can schedule a tour of the house, so you should definitely add it to your list of places to see if you ever want to make your way to Pennsylvania.
No.
Number 5. The Airplane House. Apparently, airplanes are not only good for flying across the ocean, but they also make for great living spaces. When an airplane reached the end of its flying days, it was brought to Costa Rica and was turned into a 2-bedroom home with amazing ocean views and the lush tropical rainforest.
Ocean views.
After all, you can only expect to have a lot of windows by transforming the cabin of a Boeing into your bedroom. Look inside this home, Bruce Campbell, who's the owner of this house, will tell you it's still a work in progress.
Yeah.
Bruce says
insane.
jetliners can and should be transformed into wonderful homes. He spends 6 months on his Costa Rican home, while the other 6 months he spends them in Japan, where he also plans to transform another aircraft into another house.
I think it's a bit of an eyesore, really. Like, you can't turn a plane into a house. It's just like, I mean, I guess you could. Like people do buses and stuff like that, but I don't know. I don't think a Boeing is going to really give you the same vibe. It's all just it's a lot of windows, isn't it?
It'd be really cool to see more airplane houses around the globe.
Said no one ever.
Number 4. The Clock Tower House. Next on this list, a house inside a clock tower in one of the most iconic cities in the United States, Brooklyn, New York.
Sure.
This 650 square meter penthouse is one of the most expensive houses ever sold in the whole Brooklyn borough in New York. It was first listed at $25 million back in 2010 when it was put in the market. The price slowly did come down and was finally sold at $15 million.
Wow.
Through the clock, you can get a unique view of Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Queens, making it a very iconic spot for anyone who loves the Big Apple. I guess the owner of the house is never late to appointments. I mean, you can't be late when you live inside a clock, am I right? Number 3. The Flintstones
Yeah,
house.
what the
And once
hell?
again, another house inspired by things we watch on the screen. The show was quite a phenomenon to the point that some fans out there decided to build a house similar to the one the Flintstones had.
It's it.
You can find this residence in Hillsborough, California, and it was even declared a public nuisance, and with such a unique look, there's no way you'll miss it if you ever drive
200%.
by
It's
it.
disgusting.
There are even some statues of dinosaurs outside, Ben.
I bet no one lives there. It's now just like a novelty Airbnb. So the house is on the market for a lot of money. $3.1 million to be exact. But also is on Airbnb for $750 a night. Could you imagine wanting to stay there? It's horrible.
The floating seahorse. The floating seahorse is a floating home off the coast of Dubai. It's inside a group of man-made islands called Europe that are part of a bigger group called the World. Each of these islands are smaller versions of countries from around the globe. The floating seahorse is part of Great Britain. Anyone living in it can enjoy waking up to the sound of calming waves and get lost on ocean views that will take anyone's breath away. At the lower part, it'll feel like you're actually living underwater and even have some tea while looking at a very exotic marine environment. Who needs a garden or something like that when you can have a coral reef? Since the floating seahorse has proven to be a success in the market, there are more floating houses being made. Guess Dubai really took it one step further when it comes to the concept of houses.
Isn't a floating house just a yacht? Or does like, the yacht have to move to the class it is?
Technology will surely come in handy if the end of the world includes massive flooding. I told you I'd show you houses you wouldn't believe exist, and here's one that's really going to blow up your mind. The Egg House in Beijing, China. This odd piece of architecture was a man's response to China's rising real estate prices. When this man couldn't find an affordable home, he went out on the sidewalk and made this egg-shaped home. I mean, what else do you need for survival when you have a bed and a roof over you?
Where does he get food? Where does he piss? Or where does he shower? That is probably the stupidest house I have ever seen.
Fully egg-shaped as well. He even has lights and books. Probably based on
Wow.
eggs. The most impressive thing that it only cost him $964 to make it, and it's powered by solar energy.
Boring!
It's actually a pretty good steal right there. This story really shows us that
It
we
looks
can make a home
disgusting.
wherever.
And that's the full list. 10 houses that, well, let's say 8 that I can't actually believe exist. Which one was your favourite? Let me know down below. While you're there, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so we can see more reactions like that where I don't believe things exist.